Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. Welcome to the Hultprize training session for day 2. First of all, my name is Nur Fatiha. You can call me Miss Fatiha as your moderator today. This is a third slot for our session. They will focus on the setup ideas in the practice. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to our panel Dr. Rosli Zawati, a lecturer from Faculty of Hospitality, Tourism and Wellness. So, how are you today, Doctor?
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, fine. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Happy to know so. Before we start it, if you have any question, just write down in the comment section to delivery his thought. Without further ado, we will start our session with our topic, the practice. All right, Doctor, the floor is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and very good morning to all participants, students, as well as uh, all the audience. I think today is more on the sharing sessions related to Hultprize on campus at University Malaysia Kelantan 2020. First of all, I would like to thanks to the organizer, especially on the Majlis Perwakilan Pelajar MPP UMK for this opportunity, inviting me as I'm not the speaker. Basically, it's more on the sharing sessions on how to deliver your message, on how to present your ideas, which you are one of the winners for the Hultprize. Inshallah, not just at campus, in campus, but as well as the international level. All right. So basically, this is my first time using the StreamYard.com. Basically, we just have a Google Meet session with the student where I can see all the face of my students. Can I see the audience, please, in this StreamYard? Or I just see my face only? Yes, Fatia?
And Doctor, just look at you.
Okay. All right. It's okay. I hope that everybody are ready for this sharing session. So today I have been given on the topic of the startup, the idea, how to get the ideas and to practice the ideas into the reality, become the reality. Okay. So maybe we can start with my slide. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for this session, basically, it will focus on how to deliver your message and how to basically to what are the approach for the presentation. Okay, but please allow me to mix between Malay and Malay and English so that those who are not familiar or maybe some word are not familiar with us. So I will be present or share in Malay as well. All right. As far as our concerns for this year challenge, Hultprize 2021 challenge is the theme is food for good. All right, which you can transform food into a vehicle for change. Okay. Next. All right. This is Hultprize on campus at UMK. Next. Okay. Allow me to share brief a little bit about myself. Just call me Lisa. Okay. I'm a senior lecturer from Faculty of Hospitality, Tourism and Wellness (FHPK). I think some of you are from this faculty as well, and some of you might not from this faculty. But basically, I'm not expert in that particular competition, prize competition. But this is the way that I get this opportunity as well to study, to learn new things. Even though hard prize basically is more than 10 years. Okay, for your information, the hard price ni it already established for the last 10 years ago. Okay, but I think last 2 3 years we just get involved in this competition. Not just the universities level, but we can go to the up to the international level as well, inshallah. So just a little bit about my background. I think some of you already, we are very well known among the tourism student, especially because my background is in tourism management. So I have been UMK since 2008 as a tutor, then moved to another career development as a senior lecturer after I finished my PhD on 2016. All right. So you just call me Lisa, as my some students. I mean, in FHPK, I am quite familiar with. I'm not sure whether among the students they call me Dr. Rose, Dr. Liz, Dr. Lisa. Okay, but I prefer to have only one name, Lisa only. All right. If you have any questions, just raise your hand, or you can ask any question. Through private chat, or you can ask indirectly. Okay, next. All right, so this is our sharing session today is on the startup ideas and how to get into the practice, and from the practice how to get into the reality. Okay, next we have basically four main content for our discussion today. First, we will discuss on how to get the idea, the business idea itself, and then I will share to you what is the presentation approach. Okay, how to conduct ataupun how to make your presentation become interesting. Okay, because hard price is quite totally different with other types of competition as well. All right. Number three, we will discuss on the presentation skills. Okay. And the last one, I will share with you the evaluation process, especially from the context of hard price competition. Okay, so this is a four topic or four content that we will discuss today for less than 2 hours. So if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions, or perhaps you may share any things, we can have that session in between of my presentation as well. All right. So next. Okay. Basically, we will start with how to get the business ideas for pitching. Okay, I have been informed that yesterday you have been discussed about how to become an entrepreneur, how to get the ideas to become an entrepreneur, how to be a millionaire as well. I'm not sure, all right. But basically today I don't want to touch on that particular topic anymore, right? But what we are going to discuss is more focused on how to get the hard price competition, how to get the idea to meet the requirement of the hard price competition. Okay, so we can see that here there are three main content or three main elements how to get your business idea for pitching. First, you have to know the impact of your ideas, and you have to make sure that you are the profit minded. Okay, and number three, you know what is your market driven. Okay, so this is the three main elements that we are going to further discuss on how to get the business ideas for your pitching, especially for this competition, hard price competition. Right, next. Okay, as I told you just now, this is the team. So at the first stage of having the business, the idea, in order to present your business idea, even not just for this competition, in any types of presentation or pitching or the business related to the ideas, we have to know what are the team. what are the main theme or what are the ideas of that competition first. So now we talk about hard prize competition, which for this 2020 first challenge, the competition is focused on food for good, which you have to transform food into a vehicle for change. Maksudnya dekat sini, bila you tahu what are the elements ataupun the main ingredients for this competition, then you have to put in your mind, set in your mind that, okay, the topic, the idea must be focused on food for good. So meaning to say, kalau you ada another idea, you have to relate with this tema. So this is something that you have to bear in mind before you can start brainstorm your ideas, or you what you call it, you try to find out what are exactly the topic or the issue. Okay, so kalau you study, I'm not sure the exactly of your what we call it, the condition of your group. Either you already have your own topic, your own idea or not. But basically, bila you dah get involved in this competition, I hope that everybody in this group you already have the ideas. Okay, at least what we call it, the draft of idea according to the themes of this competition. Okay, so basically, as far as our concern, hard price for this year, this session is focused on how to create a jobs, how to stimulate the economies. How, you have to reimagining the supply chain and improving the outcome for more than 10 millions of people by 2020 by 2030. Okay, so these basically the elements of hard price ni is according to SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, which relate to few other what we call it, teams as well. Okay, so bila you nak focus on the ideas or looking for the ideas or finding the issue, you have to go directly with the team or the element, the main objective of that competition. Alright, so ini benda yang paling penting before you start brainstorm atau you nak get the idea into the practice. Right, next. Okay, one more thing that you have to know before when we talk about the business idea ni, basically one thing as I mentioned is the theme or the focus of this competition is food for good. Okay, jadi it must be involved is or the issue must be related to foods. Okay, and humanity. Okay, and humanity. Jadi when we talk about humanity ni and food, your idea must be how to transform them into an agent of change. Maksudnya bila you nak cari the ideas tu, the issue tu, sesuatu tu mestilah akan ada suatu perubahan. For example, now hard price is focused on how to make use the especially one is waste management, number two is recycle product, number two is unnecessary thing which you have to convert or transform this element become or stimulate the economic, at the same time create jobs, and at the same time it must be related to the sustainability. Okay, so ada tiga perkara main elements dalam hard price challenge ni. Jadi when you brainstorm with your group members, you have to make sure that you know what are exactly the requirement for this hard price. Okay, so number two, hard price ni dia adalah satu competition which dia invert the pyramid of the food impact as well, and at the same time, bila you propose the idea, it must be simultaneously gain profit. It's not just a social business, but it also how to stimulate the economic, gain the profit, as well as you give the benefits to the local community, conserve and preserve the environment. Okay, so ini idea ataupun what we call it the first mindset yang you have to set bila you brainstorm or you discuss with your group members. Okay, I won't deny that some students bila you get involved in any competition ni, you are not focused on the themes or the objective of that competition. That's why bila you tak focus on that particular issue, this is where your mark will be deduct. Okay, so bila you nak start with the business idea tu, I believe that kalau you rasa you already have that idea, you can discuss with someone who is expert in that particular area, then you get that idea to become practice. Okay, so as for my part, basically Hultprize is very new for me, even though there are more than 10 years ago. I keep study, search, look for new info or new innovations in this competition so that I can share with you. Okay, now let me share with you a few of the example of the winners for the previous Hultprize challenge so that you can get the idea from these topics. Okay, next. Alright, this is the first yang as I mentioned just now from this pyramid, because the tema for this year is food for good. Okay, you can download the Hultprize Challenge 2021 in PDF tu. Dia ada discuss on a few elements ataupun few main content or ingredient for this challenge for this year. Okay, so one of the challenge kalau you tengok pada this pyramid ni, okay, based on these foods punya pyramid ni, you can ask yourself, why is it this way? Kenapa piramid ni jadi gini? And where is the entrepreneurial opportunity for me and my team? Okay, so based on this pyramid ni, you can think, okay, you can further discuss, brainstorms on how to transform this idea into a practice. Okay, sebab Hultprize ni, macam saya cakap tadi, you have to set in your minds that there are three main ingredient yang you kena masukkan dalam your ideas. Yang pertama sekali adalah idea you must make a profit. Yang pertama, contribute into the economic of the local community or create a job employment. Then number three, you have to have a sustainability element which conserve and preserve the environment as well as the surrounding of your business. Okay, so this is the three element that you have to put in your mind when you discuss or brainstorm the idea within your group members. Okay, now we will go into in deep each of the topic ataupun the issue that have been from the previous Hultprize competition. Okay, next. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yang ini this is something that I would like to share with you. Okay, Rutopia and Inspired Food for Good ni, Rutopia ni basically the winner last year, 2019. Okay, 2019 punya Hultprize. Okay, first kali when we talk about the business idea, as I mentioned just now, you have to convert your idea and get relate or meshkan dia dengan SDG punya policy. Okay, so kalau you tengok pada Rutopia punya sampel ni, okay, nama dia punya project is Rutopia. Okay, but the topic is creating a job through local travel. Okay, yang ini Rutopia ni you can go, nanti saya akan share juga dia punya video. Alright, how they get this group get they become the winner for last year punya competition. It's very interesting. The idea is there, the issue is there, everything is there. So no wonder that then they become a winner for the last year. But with the different theme or tema or the focus of the competition. Okay, so kalau you tengok pada dia punya topik is creating jobs through local travel. Maksudnya dia dah ada elements of creating job, mewujudkan peluang pekerjaan kepada local community di negara dia sendiri by having the people to travel at their country. Okay, yang ni nanti kita akan go in deep. Saya just bagi satu contoh lah di last year punya winner. And then the rest ni we just go by the topic and the elements dalam SDG yang dia cover. Okay, so number 2 kita tengok Aspire Food Group ni, dia menang tahun 2013. I think they started Hultprize ni 2010, 2010. And this Aspire group ni now already established almost apa nama ni I think for more than 3 countries they cover for this business, which they provide the world with a sustainable protein source. Yang Aspire ni dia empower the local community di Ghana, kalau tak salah saya, they started from the Ghana. Okay, this country ni basically they use they insert, I'm not sure kalau kita panggil maybe something like ulat, not ulat bulu lah, tapi ulat yang boleh dimakan, alright, something like I'm not sure dia punya nama that insert. Okay, so from that issue, the Ghana ni, they are very poor country. But how to transform this local community to become a entrepreneur mindset, as well as they have their own income. So this group, Aspire Food Group ni, they empower the local community to feed and to have their own farms, their own business related to that insect. Okay, so they empower this local community to create that activity, and towards the end they can sell that products all around the world using or through Aspire's Food Group. Okay, so this group they provide the local community punya income, at the same time they can conserve and preserve their environment. So this is where kalau you tengok kat situ, they are now established under Forbes 30 terkaya these groups, Aspire Food Group ni. Okay, dia juga relate dengan SDG punya policy, which zero hanger, okay, dalam class 2, and then dia juga relate dengan class 3 and class 12 dalam SDG punya policy development, SDG punya policy itu. Okay, so basically apa yang what I would like to highlight here is you and your group members. Okay, when you study, when you start, or when you get into the business idea ni, start up the idea ni, you have to know what is exactly the issue that arise surrounding you. Contohnya in our case now in Kelantan, for example, in the small context, or maybe you can go directly to your state. Okay, Kelantan, Pahang, Terengganu, okay, ataupun anywhere. Okay, so you can look into a small scope dulu. Mungkin di daerah you, di kampung you, for example. So look at into a small scope and then get the issue. Okay, get out what are the issue or the problem itself. So bila you dah tahu what are the problem that arise surrounding your area, your state, or even your country, then you develop that idea. Okay, this basically the process is same goes where I think most of you are taking the final project research. Okay, so this is something related to the research. Okay, where you have to start with the problem statement. Okay, so look into what exactly the problem that arise surrounding your area. Okay, so this is very important because dalam Hultprize ni, they will ask you basically, so what is the problem? Okay, from this problem, then you turn into the agent for transformation according to the specific elements ataupun the focus of your business yang you nak propose. Okay, so this is very important on how to get the idea become the practice. Okay, next. We look into another example. Okay, yang ni 2018 winner, Rice Incorporate. Okay, dia punya topik is tackling food insecurity by empowering smallholder farmers. Okay, so maksudnya dia cari dari konteks food insecurity by empowering, dia empower. I think as far as my concern lah, untuk Hultprize punya requirement ni, basically dia punya main idea dia adalah empowerment tau. So meaning to say, you have to know the word of empower. Empower ni maksudnya you are giving that power to another party to do that activity ataupun to do that job I give you I mean the related with your surrounding areas. Contohnya now in UMK we empower you MPP as the entity which you can have your own organization. You can have your own power to do or to deliver the message and everything. From this empowerment process ni, you can get or you can have your own platform to get people involved with your organization. Okay, so this is what we call it empowerment. So in this case, Hultprize ni, bila you transform ataupun bila you nak propose your idea, you have to make sure that there are the element of empowerment. So bila you empower local community, they can do that activity, they can do that business, or they can do that any kinds of business activity. At the same time, simultaneously, they will generate the income. Okay, so this is I think most of the winners yang menang ni, yang sepanjang yang saya tengok lah from 2013 up to 2019 ni, is more focused on empowerment. Maksudnya bila you propose idea, you have the issue, you have the how to empower local community, at the same time how to sustain the environment. Itu tiga benda yang akan membuatkan you success for this competition. Okay, sama dengan Roshni Rights ni. Okay, 2017 winner. Okay, they focus on the transportation solution dedicated for women. Maksudnya in their country they have the problem with the transportation issue for women. Maybe perhaps they are not like our country. Okay, which our government already provide the specific coach. For example, KTM coach focus on the woman punya safety. Jadi in this case we don't have that issue anymore. So maksudnya our government still concerns on the safety for women. So but not in their country. So now they come up with the solution on how to make sure the safety and the security of the women punya movement according to public transportation. Okay, so therefore they focus on their issue related to class number 5 and class number 8 in SDG. Okay, so kalau you tengok dia punya the winners, all the winners from the previous punya competition ni, believe me, okay, this is the three things that you have to cover. Okay, you have to know what are the issue. Is your issue can be empowered local community, can generate the income, as well as can preserve and conserve your environment. Okay, so this is the three things. That's why when we talk about sustainability, they only focus on the three main elements, which economic, social, and politic. Okay, political or environmental. Okay, next another example, Mandala Group. Okay, Mandala Group in 2016 finding a platform for apps that serve the button 1 billion in poverty. Okay, so Mandala ni pun bagus. Dia buat how to transform poverty ni, orang-orang yang susah in their country ni, they get the benefit from the apps or the service that they provide. Okay, sama juga konsep dia, the same things which they cater for the poverty, orang-orang yang miskin, which for Hultprize ni, the biggest the population that can contribute, that can get the contribution from your project, that's how you will get the highest marks from this competition. Okay, so maksudnya in our country, for example, I think each of the states in Malaysia, we don't have poverty issue basically, except for Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, in the Semenanjung, I believe that all the states, they have the government already provide various of the solution and alternative for the local community. At least that they are not in the poverty, except if we compare with the PGK, garis kemiskinan. Okay, for 2020 ni our garis kemiskinan PGK ni dah has been increased from 1,800 become 2,200 ringgit. Okay, untuk satu isi rumah. So bila kita relate with PGK, garis kemiskinan tadi, I think most of the states akan termasuk dah dalam B40. Alright, when we have the B40 punya issue ni, basically we are not in that poverty level yet, okay, anymore. Tapi basically bila orang cakap B40 di Malaysia ni, dia dah sampai to that extent which sometimes dia jadi macam orang dah tak berkemampuan. Okay, but basically in our another country, their level of poverty is too very poor. Okay, so therefore this project will benefit this poverty punya group by having their project which contribute to the local community. Okay, sorry, yang Mandala tadi is just finalist, tapi yang 2016 yang menang adalah BUPAS. BUU PAS, Organizing Africa's Private Bus Network. Ini pun samalah because their country they have the problem with the transportation. Therefore kalau you tengok from the SDG punya classes tu, they have the different different punya focus. Okay, 2018 tadi fokus dia lain, 2017 fokus SDG dia lain. And 2021 ni kita punya Hultprize punya SDG punya elemen pun is totally different. So you have to make sure that your idea must focus on the SDG punya class ataupun elemen as well as the objective of Hultprize competition as well. Right, next. Okay, ini juga antara sampel contoh yang menang 2015. Created a daycare franchise model in urban slums, IMPCT, which kalau you tengok 2015 fokus on kelas 4, 8 and 10. Ini yang menang IMPCT 2015. Then another finalist for 2015 juga adalah Tembo, which focus on education in urban slums through home and text messaging. Okay, untuk this year punya competition, Hultprize competition ni, kalau saya baca from dia punya prospectus punya booklet ni, okay, for 2020 Hultprize tu returns to the roots of the human experience, where it's focused on transforming food into a vehicle of change. Okay, ada 3 main elements yang dia fokus for this year punya competition. Yang number 1 is rethinking everything about food and its production, distribution and consumption. Maksudnya you have to think about anything related to food, either productions, distribution and consumption. Okay, ini elemen dia yang pertama. Number 2, you have to ask why our food system is failing humanity on a global scale. Okay, until the modern age, our food was produced and prepared for us by someone who had our best interest at heart, which our mothers lah. Our moms would never dream for adding some things to our food to make us eat more or to save on the cost if there were serious doubts about the effects on our well-being. In the modern world, however, food largely come from people who care about themselves first and about us second is the food industry. Sebab tu, I think this year, HUT 2021 ni is focused on to try to avoid from the waste management from food consumption. Sebab kalau you tengok even in tourism industry as well, okay, di hotel, they have their own policy where all the waste foods from the buffet or the event program in hotel industry, for example, they cannot give to the third party. Setengah orang akan kata, why don't you donate to the third party? For example, rumah anak yatim, everything. No, because the hotel policy is they have their own policy. That's why it's quite complicated for them if they have if the food has been waste, especially during the buffet punya event, right? So that's number two. And number three, they focus on the envisions the food journey of food for good. Okay, kalau you tengok daripada dia punya booklet gitu, dia akan cakap daripada starting from the growing, distributing, storing, wholesaling, consuming and disposing punya process. Okay, so basically untuk business idea for this year punya hard price challenge ni, please make sure that you and your group members, you study, you discuss and make yourself understand on the context or the themes or the objective of the competition first. Okay, therefore it's very important for all of group members to make sure that you have to study the issue first. Okay, issue, problems and how to tackle the issue. Okay, so this is the first step to make sure that everybody can have your own idea and everybody can get the ideas into the practice. All right, next. Okay, so we finished the first topic on the business idea. So if you have any question, you can leave the private chat, or do we have any question from the audience before we proceed to? Okay, need to know impact centered, profit minded, and market driven. All right. Is it the question or the question? Need to know the impact centered, profit minded, and market driven. Okay. The business idea, as I mentioned just now, first kali you have to know the impact centered ni is the issue or the problem itself. Okay. As I mentioned just now, kalau if you think that there are a problem in your country, in your states, or in your area. Okay, so now you have to go in deep. Basically, is it the idea or the issue or the problems come from the government perspective, or the issue or the problem to come from the local community punya perspective. So you can get that research to in deep on what are exactly the cause and the effect from that issue or the problem. So this is what we call it impact centered. Number two is the profit mindset or minded, which bila you tahu that the issue, that the problems arise or exist in your areas. So now how to turn this issue or the problems into a business or profit oriented. But bear in mind that, as I mentioned just now, you have to focus on how to empower the local community as well, and how to make sure that from that activity you can gain a profit. Okay, that's why I share with you just now the Rutopia. I give one example. Okay, how to relate with impact centered, profit minded, and market driven. Okay, apa yang dia buat? Dia focus, dia propose is the Africans. Okay, they believe that, and they prove that there are the demands or the market of travel activity. So every year orang akan travel, but the traveling activities or the traveling pattern is different between country, between ethnic, even between gender. Okay, but they believe that this group, they believe that, and they found that there are the market and the demand every year for people to travel. It's more than 1 billion market driven, and the demand itself. Okay, so apa yang dia buat is based on the issue adalah local community. They have the culture, they have the heritage, they have the product, but they don't know how to promote this product. They don't know how to use to make use all the potential of the product need to become a business or to transform it into a profit. Okay, so this group come and help or empower the local community, ask them, teach them, train them on how to make use all the potential product and services. Now, after a year, they are now become one of the agents or the third party that organize and collaborate between the local product and the market platform to make sure that the local traveller ataupun international travellers can have all the product and services within their country or within the areas that they get the business opportunity. So this is where if you want to join or you already have in this competition, make sure that you know, okay, where to start, how to start, and why you should involve in this issue ataupun the problem itself. Okay, now lepas tu then you know how to turn that issue into the ideas to become your business. Sama juga I think this issue ni dia lebih kepada how to become an entrepreneur lah, because entrepreneur is you are the one who turn the opportunities into profit. Okay, you are not a business. Entrepreneur and business is two different things. Jadi you can see that there are difference between people who want to be a businessman and people who wants to be an entrepreneur. You are the one who provide the platform to be job creator. You are not the one who find the job. Okay, so this is the difference between businessman and entrepreneur. Alright. So now we finish on the first topic. Kalau tak ada apa-apa lagi, what are the criteria taken when choosing a title? Okay, criteria bila you nak pilih the topic, it must be measurable. First is measurable. Okay, maksudnya kalau slide yang macam saya discuss tadi, each of the winners yang contoh yang saya bagi tadi tu, kalau you baca that title pun, people already know, oh, the issue is related to transport and must relate with class SDG yang number berapa. Okay, so no matter how issue pun, the title must be short and precise, and the title must be measurable and understood by people. Okay, so maksudnya topik tu jangan buat macam topik yang research punya topik to examine blah 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 blah. No, short and precise, and when people read your title, they know what are the issues behind or the story of your the topic yang you pilih tadi. Okay, so ada apa-apa lagi? Any questions before we go to next topic? Okay, I think selepas ni the next topic nanti presentation approach and presentation skill nanti I will give you contoh, right? Yes, Fatia?
Okay, doctor, you can continue.
All right.
The next topic.
Okay, now we go to the next topic is presentation approach. Okay, today I think most of you already know what is exactly the presentation. What is exactly the presentation? Okay, presenting your idea to share the objective is to share the idea, and the objective is to get people interested with your idea is two different things. Contoh, macam saya sekarang is more on presenting my idea, my sharing the idea, okay, in order to give you a broad idea or a broad perspective. But in your case, for the Hultprize punya competition ni, you are now presenting your idea to get people interested with your idea, and to make sure that people can invest to your idea. So itu benda yang you have to set in your mind. Okay, dia bukan macam you nak present your research, your experience saja. Okay, kalau you can handle your research project PPTA for example, dia little bit orang kata challenge with the research punya presentation. Kalau dalam research presentation we call it a viva lah, ataupun a proposal defense ke, where you have to present your idea, your research idea, and make your examiner to understand on your topic tu, and they will get you pass or you get A, B or C. But in this case, Hultprize ni, you have to make people interested with your idea. Itu yang penting. Okay, tapi itu yang paling challenging. Okay, because to make people understand or interested dengan topik, dengan idea you tu is a very very challenging. Okay, bukan saja interested, but you have to make them interested to invest in your project. Right. So tapi bagaimana? Let me share with you. Ini juga yang saya study from the Hultprize punya focus, because sometimes when you get into any competition, you have to make sure that you are familiar with the topic or the idea of that competition. Okay, next we go one by one. Ada few I think 5 elements yang you kena faham, the approach yang you kena gunakan when you present your idea to judge or to the audience. Okay, alright. Yang pertama, what we call it inspiring. Okay, inspired. Inspired meaning how to inspired apa? Inspiration lah, macam okay, now I try to inspire you to become a good presenter, to become a good or to become a sweet, not just a sweet talker basically, but to make people understand, to make people interested with your presentation. Okay, so inspiring because you as an entrepreneur, now you have to put yourself as an entrepreneur. You are not a student anymore. Okay, when it come to the presentation punya presentation registration nanti, I think on the 7th of January, December. But I was told that you will record your video, right? So meaning bila record video ni is more challenging for you, because you have to record few time lah to make sure that everybody can get into one one mindset. Okay, so make sure that bila you present nanti, you record your video tu, you have to inspire people to get into your situation, to get into your problem ataupun your business yang you nak propose. Okay, sebab kalau you tengok pada Hultprize punya fokus tadi, macam saya cakap, food for good, so inspire people to think, to look into what is exactly the problem related to food, okay, in our country, in our states, or even in your surrounding your areas. Okay, itu number one. Next, number two, educate or education. Saya relatekan 5 elements ni dalam presentation approach, because this is 5 elements dalam Hultprize punya objektif dia. Okay, because having to say that Hultprize was established in order to educate people. Okay, that's why they put as an education. They believe that as a students, when you join the movements, the learning opportunities abound through seminar, workshop, speakers, and you will have a personal mentoring and coaching. That's why I am thankful, and I think you have to thank to the organizer, and in fact I think you have to congratulate to yourself, because you really challenge yourself to join this competition. Because as for me, I believe that once you join this competition, you are ready you are ready enough to challenge yourself to become an educator in your industry or in your expertise, based on your expertise. Kalau your faculty, you are from the program of entrepreneur, okay, uh, it's not a big issue for you to become an entrepreneur because you have that the ideas. In fact, everybody, all the students, you already have the 4 courses to become an entrepreneur. Okay, asas usahawanan, gelagat usahawan, and everything. But the additional value for other students, for example, FHPK, FTKW, FSB, okay, and other faculty as well, because you have another expert, another focus in your program. For example, kalau you are science bumi, you are focused on the environmental issue. Okay, food, how to relate food and environmental issue. If you have hospitality tourism, how to relate the food from the context of your industry. So this is what we call it educate. So the presentation approach must be something that how to educate people to get to know or to get familiar with your topic or the issue. Okay, therefore university students need transform into budding entrepreneur with the business concept, multidisciplinary teams and focus pathway to changing the world. Sebab tu lah Hultprize punya competition ni dia fokus dekat young generation. Dia dah tak fokus dah pada orang-orang yang senior citizen, for example. They focus on the young people, how to transform you to become entrepreneur, but at the same time you contribute to the local community and you contribute to the environmental punya issue. Okay, so this is number 2. Next, we go to the next number 3 punya approach. Okay, opportunity. Okay, so opportunity is nowhere. So your presentation approach to you have to get people to look into the opportunity where now this is the opportunity to get involved in this business. Okay, you faham eh? So when you present or you record your idea, just now at the first stage tadi you dah ada idea. Okay, you have been develop your idea. You know what are the issue. You know what how to tackle the issue and everything. Now when the turn to become to present your idea, you have to make sure that your idea or your issue can turn into an opportunity. Okay, so this is the heart or the main elements of Hultprize, because dia nak tengok to that extent, to what extent of your issue tu can open the or can offer the opportunity to other people as well, not just you as an entrepreneur to gain a profit, but you also offer the opportunity for other people to gain to get economic impact as well as the environmental impact, right? So this is the elements of opportunity. Next. Okay, number 4, accelerate. Okay, as far as our concern, Hultprize ni is breakthrough the 3 words: do, learn, and do. Maksudnya you buat, you belajar, and you buat. Right? Maksudnya you buat ni, you challenge yourself dulu. You try to do something. Then you belajar. Either you make a mistake or not, it's okay. But it's a learning process. And you do is you turn into the practice. This is where you can cut the edge of the framework and the series of program developed by leading social entrepreneur, which lead by Ahmad Ashkar ni, in Hultprize punya competition. Okay, sebab kalau you study betul-betul the elements or the main ideas of Hultprize punya focus tu, okay, Ahmad Ashkar ni is very talented people, is a very talented entrepreneur. They give an opportunity to the other people to transform yourself, to get your idea into a practice ni, by giving people to share their story, to share their issue, problems, and empowering other people to make use all the resources or the products that available surrounding their areas. Okay, therefore accelerates meaning to say bila you turn your ideas or you have that issue or you have that problem in the context of your industry, your perspective, then you can transform your ideas into investment ready startup with your management team and your business plan. Then you can propose your prototypes and you can have your revenue. Okay, so accelerate meaning to say you have to make sure that the idea yang you propose in a simple way, the idea must be measurable and the idea must be can turn into a practice. Okay, dia bukan macam you present a business model yang cuma ada beberapa elements in your business model but not yet proof the idea. Okay, tapi untuk hard price ni, kalau you start up dengan idea tadi, you have to get the facts. Okay, you have to get an evidence for each of the ideas yang you propose. For example, if your issue related to the poverty punya issue, now you have to make sure that you get the statistic, the numbers of poverty punya issue in Malaysia, for example, in other country, in the world, for example. So each of the issue must be supported by evidence or by the statistic. That's why saya cakap, this presentation is not just to propose your idea, but make sure that your idea must turn or you already have 50%, okay, ataupun 30% of your idea become practice. Itu yang the best. Sebab tu most of the contestants yang masuk Hard Prize Challenge all around the world, they already start up their business at least 30 to 50% the progress of their business. Then during the Hard Prize punya competition tu, they just show what are the elements, what are the success story right from the beginning up to their progress punya business progress. Dia bukannya macam business model yang you belajar dalam kelas then you present in your classroom or in front of your lecturers. Okay. Next, this is the last elements yang you the approach yang you kena gunakan when you present your ideas. Iaitulah kita panggil skill ataupun coaching and mentoring. Okay, yang ini adalah elements dalam Hard Prize. Tapi saya relatekan dengan presentation where kalau if you think that Hard Prize ni is focused on the food for good punya elements or the sustainability punya issue, so you have to make sure that your presentation, you have your own mentor or you have been coaching or you will be coached by someone who is expert in your particular topic or area. Contoh, if your topic is focused on food consumptions in Malaysia, you cannot ask me to become your mentor because I'm not an expertise related to food consumption. So you have to find someone who is expert in that particular topic. So this is the mentoring and coaching comes together, and when you present, people know that you are under mentoring by expertise. Okay, dia macam dalam kelas when you present your assignment without mentoring, without coaching, that's why jadi some people say that you are not well organized your idea. Okay, bila your friends present on first topic, number two presenter, you don't bring together the first topic tu together with your topic. Okay, because you are not being mentoring or coaching by the expert in presentation. Tapi okay lah, because that one is more on assignment in your class. But this is competition. So when it comes to the competition, make sure that before 7 of December nanti, before the deadline or during your recorded video tu, make sure you have someone mentoring you or you've been coaching by someone who is expertise on your particular issue, topic, or people who are very well known in public speaking or in a presentation skill. Okay, so by having this mentoring, basically it will help you to grow into become a leaders and turn your idea into a change. Kadang-kadang the problem of students ni, bila you have your idea but your idea can't turn into the practice, or your idea can't change anything. Okay, cuma orang kata you have to make sure that yeah, the idea can turn into the practice. This is very important. Okay, that's why bila you masuk hard prize punya competition in international level, basically I believe that kalau every year UMK nak apa nama send our students or get people, students involved with this competition, we have to have this session regularly, ataupun kita panggil berkala lah. Alright, so meaning to say every year right from the beginning you have been mentoring or coaching by expert in that particular topic. Okay, barulah you can have the idea tu lebih look into the different perspective and bigger punya issue and can be measurable. Right? Next. Alright. So itu yang related to second topic, which the approach. Sebab saya tak nak touch on how to become an presenter, or what is the criteria to be a good presenter, because I think most of you already have your own character to be a presenter. Okay, in fact you have experience to be a presenter in any program. In fact you have done or involved in many competition before this. But what I'm going to share, or what I would like to share with you today, is related to the approach on how to present your idea. Okay, that's why saya ambil balik 5 elements or 5 objective of hard prize ni, masukkan dia sebagai approach you untuk you present your idea during the hard prize punya competition nanti. Okay, bila you start recording your video, you brainstorm the idea and try to relate on these 5 elements ni, barulah you set up the storytelling of your presentation. Right? Kalau you dah I think this year is quite you are fortunate because the session will be conducted, you recorded the video, meaning to say kalau tak jadi you can delete the video or you can cut and combine and everything. But most likely kalau you are live presentation, you have to make sure that each of the group members, you have the storytelling for each of the topic ataupun isu yang you nak present. Okay, sebab kalau you tak make sure that each ataupun all of the group members ni ada part masing-masing, you have to make sure that each of the group members ni ada synchronize between first presenter, second presenter up to last presenter. Okay, sebab kalau you tak ada synchronize or relationship between one presenter to another presenter, you punya topic, you cannot inspire people to, or you cannot get people attention or interest towards your idea. Alright. So as I mentioned, so we already finished the second topic, which the presentation approach. Before we move to next topic on the presentation skills, any questions? Thank you very much, Kayum. Yeah, I just give you a tips basically, right? Because I don't know exactly what are the topic that you are trying to propose for this competition. If I know that particular topic, then I hope that these tips ataupun sharing ni can benefits, can be make use of the benefits to make sure that you can have the most interesting presentation or video, okay, for your group punya Hultprize punya competition ni lah, right? So Fatia, kalau tak ada apa-apa question, can I move to the next topic?
Okay, I can, Doctor.
Okay, no more question Alright. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now, Fatia, before that, do we have a 5-minute breaks or I just continue?
Up to you, Doctor. If you want to break, you can break.
Okay. I think we can continue if we have ample time at the end of this session. We can open for another question or maybe perhaps you can share your topic as well and how to relate your topic with the approach that I have been sharing just now. Okay. So let me continue for the third topics on the presentation skills. Okay. Next. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about presentation skill ataupun kemahiran pembentangan ni, of course, the most challenging part is to get people attention. Sama jugalah macam, for example, macam apa yang berlaku sekarang. I am the one who become a speaker, which when we have the virtual punya program ni, this is the most challenging part for us as a speaker, in fact as a lecturer, or in fact I think a teachers as well. Okay, because the issue is how to get students attention during our lecture, during our session. Okay, as compared to the face-to-face punya session, somehow we can move around. Okay, if you have a stage, then you have to move around the stage, or you can get the audience involved with your presentation. Okay, that one is we have the chance to have a face-to-face. But unfortunately, if we have to face with the new norm ni, bila virtual punya session, the most challenging part is to make audience to focus on the topic that we are going to discuss. Okay, same goes to your part as a presenter for this competition. Okay, so your punya approach is quite different, where you have to record the video and the judge will watch your video, and you have to make sure that your video must be interesting, definitely interesting, and number two must be creative. All right, meaning to say, interesting and creative is two main ingredients in preparing your video. I know that my slide is not that to that level lah, because I'm not that IT or technologies punya bidang experts. Okay, but I try my best to make sure that my slide is interesting to be to get people focus. Sometimes bila you buat slide or your lecturers prepare slide with full of words ataupun sentence which copy paste direct from the book, for example, and transfer into a slide, definitely you as a student or audience, you feel this is the most boring punya slide. Okay, so same goes to your presentation. So I give you 3 tips ataupun kita panggil main criteria that you have to make sure that your video nanti and your slide as well. Slide is something that support your video, your idea tu tadi. Okay, nanti lepas ni saya akan tunjuk dekat you what is the sample of the most interesting punya presentation by the winners. Okay, so tapi 3 benda that you have to make sure that your slide and your video tu is interesting to be judged by the during the final punya finale punya session nanti. Yang first kali you have a great content, okay, but to have a great content you have to know who is your audience. That's the first thing. Kalaulah you become a presenter but your audience is a school students, budak darjah 1, darjah 2, darjah 3, your slide okay lah, you have to letakkan kata kartun, you have to letakkan di apa kita panggil gambar yang bergerak-gerak, for example, to make these students ni attention, comelnya for example, alright. So itu kalau your audience is a school students or the child student, prasekolah ke ni. But now your audience is among the one is academicians, number 2 is an entrepreneur, number 3 is an investor. Okay, so this target or the audience is someone who is an expert in their own area. So the great content meaning to say short and precise for each of the element ataupun idea that you like to propose to your investor. Okay, you have to get your data and information tu, and you have to convert it into an outline dalam presentation you, dalam slide you. That's why bila you prepare your video for this competition, you jangan buat dalam bentuk macam saya buat ni. Maksudnya okay, according to this slide blah 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 blah. No, because this is not a sharing session. You are now presenting the idea to get people interested and invest into your business. Okay, jadi your slide tu akan ada I think 5 not more than 10 slide je. Jadi apa yang you have to prepare is a great content which you prepare what are the issue, okay, what are the main issue yang you nak focus related to your business, how to empower people, okay, ataupun kita panggil what is your business model. Dalam business model tu akan ada semua benda. When we talk about your title, contohnya macam Rutopia, they said that Rutopia is a blah 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 blah. So meaning to say content you must have the main idea of what is Rutopia. Okay, itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, you have to have a great design. Kalaulah you tak pandai, you don't have the skill to make you are not creative yet to prepare a great slide presentation, for example. You can hire someone, pay them to prepare a slide for you. So that your slide design nanti according to your audience. Janganlah letak gambar kartun, gambar. I mean, you have to know your audience. Okay, so the great design will affect the audience punya attention. Okay, great design ni saya nak highlight, saya nak fokus. Okay, kalau you belajar on designing the slide, basically each of the slide tu cannot have more than 3 colors. Okay, so kalau dalam slide tu first paragraph warna merah, biru, kuning, hijau and everything, it's not a good slide for presentation. Okay, so a good slide presentation, they must have a consistency for each of the slide. Sebab tu saya kata when you prepare your slide, you must have apa saya panggil tadi the layout ataupun you punya storytelling for your presentation. So that's why I would like to advise to you, but this is not compulsory for you. First kali, you have to prepare a storytelling for your presentation. So slide ni, slide number 1 for example, akan masuk dekat part story nombor berapa. So barulah orang yang jaga slide you, they know where to show the slide according to the storytelling. Okay, so this is very important to make sure that the presentation is well organized and you are professional enough to present your idea. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3, definitely a great delivery. Okay, Great delivery in terms of you know how to deliver, you know how to present your idea. This is where you have to use your body language. You have to know the language, the language usage either in BM or in Malay. In fact, if you are presenting in BM, for example, it is advisable for you to use a formal Malay, bahasa Melayu yang betul, not in a dialect, Kelantan, Kedah, or whatsoever. Alright. So great delivery meaning to say that you know where to use the high tone, where to use the slow tone, where to get your body move. Okay, kiri, kanan, depan, belakang. You cannot have a static presentation. Okay, you have to make sure that your face, okay, when you have to smile, when you have to stress out. Okay, so this is the idea of how to have a great delivery. Okay, I know the most challenging part for students is when you have to present in English. But no matter how is this is the opportunity for you to get involved. If you practice make perfect, okay, jangan dah last minute nak present baru you nak practice. Okay, so make sure that you have your own style, you have your own standard voice or the tone itself to make sure that your audience can focus, get the main ingredient for your presentation. Okay, so ini tiga perkara yang saya nak make sure that you understand and you apply when you start record your video nanti. Okay, because this is very important bila you tahu tiga benda, great content, great design and great delivery ni, to make sure that you punya video nanti can become creative, interesting, okay, and then you can get the attention of the judge. Alright, next. Okay, ada 5 perkara juga yang saya nak share dengan you tips untuk you buat video presentation or you want to be a presenter nanti. One is less is more. You don't have to put everything in the slide. Okay, just as I mentioned, just put the main ingredient je, main content saja. But sometimes more can be more too. But there's a chunk of information that you absolutely cannot cut up. Don't be afraid to lie it out and let it fill up the page. But remember to emphasize what is important. Okay, that's why make sure bila you present, you buat storytelling. That's most important. Bila you tahu, you create your storytelling, then you know where is to remove the sentence, to highlight the main content and everything. Next. Number 2 is next. Okay, number 2, you have to make sure that you get the support from your team. Okay, macam saya cakap tadi, as I mentioned just now, kalau you ada 4 orang, make sure that these 4 members become a good presenter as well. Or you put yourself at par for each of the group members. Or maybe you can have your own strategy. For example, you tahu among 4 of you, you know what are the strength for each of your group members. For example, ada 2 orang dalam group members you are very fluent in English, whereas another 2, okay, is just at par, for example. Then make sure that these 2 yang fluent ni become the first presenter. To introduce, to make people interested or to get the audience of attention of the audience. You use this the first yang memang fluent in English. And then the other one yang fluent in English ni, you make sure dia jadi the last presenter. To conclude the topic, which to highlight what are the main topic and to highlight why people should invest for your presentation, for your business. Okay, and then another two tu yang at par tu, you just support in the contents or at the middle of your presentation. Okay, tapi kalau empat-empat tu at par, for example, then you have to make sure that each of you, everybody among your group members, you have to put effort to make sure that everybody must be consistent in presenting your ideas. Okay, so this is where the group support must come in. Okay, next. Okay, kita tengok tips yang ketiga. Okay, yang ini biasanya normally we don't have the chance, but if you have the chance to brief or to meet the judge before the event, you can have the slow talk with them. For example, just ask about their background, just brief little bit about your project, what do you think, for example. Briefing the judge before the event is not to apa orang panggil, bodek, no. Okay, to make sure that the judge ni can have the first ideas. Okay, so that bila you present, oh okay, I have heard about this topic just now. Alright, at the same time, judge akan mula rasa untuk mendengar. Alright, to get people attention during the presentation is the most challenging part. As I mentioned, you have to make sure that, but this is not a compulsory lah for you. But if you have the chance to brief the judge or the those who are related or involved during the presentation tu, then you can make take this opportunity to brief them just a little bit about your topic, right? Next, apa nama ni? Tips untuk you. Alright, this is important. Just be yourself and have fun. Maksudnya, bila you record the video, you present your idea, just be yourself. If you are serious person, don't get yourself to be too serious lah. Serious okay, but not too serious. Okay, macam saya sekarang, I am very serious person. Kalau you tanya my students pun, when I say 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock for example, right? But make sure that you know what is your characteristic. You know what is your strength. Okay, so just be yourself. And make sure that bila you present, you have to be fun. Okay, fun meaning to say, don't tell people that you are being forced to join this event, for example, right? Meaning to say, I know that some of you, even judge ni, they know tau apa dia panggil, your face during your presentation. Either you are fun with your project ataupun you are being forced by other people to join this event. So make sure that bila you present, you become a presenter, have fun. Okay? Walaupun dalam hati you tu tersemat 1001 problems or anything, but during the presentation, make sure that you have fun with your topic and try as much as possible to get audience attention. Alright, and the last one, the tips is next, don't give up. Okay, don't give up just because of what people say. Use that as your motivation to push harder. Yang ni adalah Ahmad Ashkar, the CEO ataupun the pioneer of this Hultprize punya competition. I have been watch his video. I think the most apa dipanggil interesting part about Ahmad Ashkar ni is he is very futuristic people, very dynamic leaders. Okay, futuristic meaning to say, you just imagine Hultprize ni something that unbelievable, where he can challenge other people, young people especially, to think not just outside the box, but thinks more than how to contribute to the economy. You are young students, you are young generation, but they force you to do something that out of your context. Okay. Therefore, I believe that if you have this such of the criteria, or you have that particular idea or inspiration, you can develop yourself to be a good leader someday, right? Therefore, take this as an opportunity, as a platform for you to develop yourself, to develop your character, to develop your skills and everything. But bear in mind, don't give up. I know that kawan-kawan you akan cakap, apalah masuk tu ni, better you just stay at home and everything. But please, okay, make sure that you use all the people punya what we call it, people punya thinking ke whatsoever people punya said, okay, words from them, use it as your motivation to make sure you success in your platform ataupun in your field of your study. Okay, so basically this is 5 tips yang saya nak share bila you nak start dengan you punya video presentation you nanti. Okay, because Hultprize ni they don't want to see the elements of presentation tu, tapi dia nak more than presentation. Dia nak they want to look into how you capture the audience punya attention tau, and how your idea tu, to what extent your idea can contribute into the prosperity of the local community, right? Next, I think we have another half an hour. So saya just continue for the next topic ni. Nanti as I mentioned, kalau kita ada masa lebih nanti, then we can open for the Q&A session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right from the beginning tadi, I share with you how to get your idea for your business idea, and I also share with you the approach that you can use to present your idea, right? And then just now we already discuss on the presentation skill. Apa benda-benda or the element that you can do or don't during your presentation, or you can get in or you have to remove from your presentation. Now, I share with you from the perspective of judges, okay, in the evaluation process, either to consider and to examine. Okay, so when we talk about the judges or the evaluation punya process ni, dia quite different lah, because not all the judges have the same expectation. Mungkin kalau ada 5 orang judge, these 5 judges ni akan ada, they have their own expectation, they have their own thinking, they have their own perception. Okay, tapi saya ambil the common perception lah in the evaluation process. Okay, next. Okay, now we go to how people judge. Lepas ni saya tunjukkan you video apa yang Hultprize punya expectation. Okay, let's watch the video next. Okay, tengok slow-slow and try to
give you guys a few tips about how to create the winning Hultprize startup. So while many of you might think that you're on track or that you have an idea, I want you to forget everything you know. The reason we launch thematic challenges at Hultprize every single year is not to get an incremental change startup. We're looking for a radical, disruptive, innovative company that can actually change the world. So the first thing I want you guys to do is think about radical ways specific to this year's challenge that you can create a business which makes $1 billion with every net dollar. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to find the magical ingredient from the environment, the rainforest, etc., and use it to create your business. That's not what this year's challenge is about. This year's challenge is about a sustainable way and an environmentally friendly way to build a business. You may reinvent the way Amazon you may reinvent the food supply chain so that restaurateurs are not getting boxes and boxes and boxes of garbage after they take out the produce or the protein. You may reinvent hospitality. Think about new ways people can travel by having a lower ecological footprint. We want you to challenge every single idea that you may have or that may exist currently in the marketplace. And I want you to think boldly. How do I create a business that can have a net impact on society so that the environment is better today because of your business than it was yesterday because you didn't exist? Good luck. Peace.
Okay. So this 2-minute video to tell you, okay, what is exactly the tips to be a winner. Okay. Therefore, I think you have to make use of this video to make sure that you understands, okay, in the from the context of the Hultprize ni, what is exactly the main idea and how to be a winner. Okay, macam dia cakap tadi, the first is you have to get something into the transform to become the transform the agent for the change. Dia bagi contoh beberapa contoh yang dah menang based according to the industry itself. Okay, so petang ni we will go in deep on how to make sure that your idea tu become can turn into a practice or not. Okay, sebab based on this punya video ni kita akan tengok, we will discuss on is it your idea or your issue tu can be measurable, can be or can contribute to the local community as well as to the sustainable punya issue ataupun tak. Alright, next. Okay, when we talk about judge punya expectation ni, sebab judges ni akan diberi scoreboard, okay, ataupun rubrik lah kalau dalam bahasa kita we call it as a rubrik. Okay, in that particular rubrik, so the Hultprize ni, as he's mentioned just now, Ahmad Ashkar tadi, the main idea adalah to make use all the resources ataupun the issue ataupun the problem turn into the job creation, and at the same time you have to make sure the sustainability. So there are 3 pillars of sustainability when we talk about sustainable. Yang pertama is environmental. Okay, you have to make sure that your business that you want to propose nanti is something that related to eco-friendly product, for example. Your issue must be fighting into related to pollution, for example, or the climate change. In this 2021 punya competition is focused on food for change. Jadi environmental is based on the foods punya perspective. Okay, you have to find out the statistic, contohnya in from Malaysian punya perspektif, berapa ton atau berapa billion food waste management yang berlaku di Malaysia setiap hari, especially bulan puasa, for example. So this is all the issue yang you have to look in deep. Okay, when we talk about environmental. Number 2 is a social. Social ni maybe impact in terms of the safe working environmental to ecological awareness program. Okay, social idea between human to human, human to environmental, or human to things. Okay, so this is you can find out and relate between human to human or human to environmental as well. And number 3 must be relate with the economic impact. For example, cost saving. Your product ataupun your business that you propose tadi tu mestilah low consumption, for example, but profitable. Ataupun your business tu can contribute to the economic of the local community as well. you can create 1,000 or million of job to the local community, for example. So based on these three pillars of sustainability, okay, make sure that the ideas that you propose to tadi must meet this requirement. Because kalau you bercakap sekadar bisnes yang you sendiri, yang you punya team saja yang akan profit, yang akan untung, yang akan jadi jutawan, that's not the focus of Hultprize punya competition. Believe me. Okay, from the judge punya perspective, kalau you tak meet this requirement, you cannot be a winner. That's why you have to watch the previous video yang saya bagi tadi. This is direct from the Ahmad Ashkar, the CEO, the pioneer of the Hultprize. Apa yang dia nak tengok? What are the main content or the main issue yang specific focus by the Hultprize punya competition. Okay, next. Okay, macam saya cakap tadi, business you mesti ada, of course, mesti ada profit. You cannot do or propose a business without having a profit. Tapi business you mesti ada value dan mesti menunjukkan kejayaan. Maksudnya, when you propose any kinds of business ataupun activity that you like to get investment, audience punya ataupun investor, make sure that ada value for your business. Alright. Next, saya akan share dengan you the sample of scoreboard tau. Okay, ini Hultprize punya scoreboard yang saya dapat 2017 punya. How to become a winners ataupun the judge punya evaluation. So, daripada scoreboard ni, you can study. Okay, basically what are the main ini is normally happen to the students. Bila kita bagi assignment, doktor ada tak rubrik? So you nak tengok rubrik. So now bila you turn or you join to this program, this is the rubric there, the scoreboard yang you have to make sure that you will get 5, okay, for each of the element yang dia nakkan. For example, the first element is align. Okay, align is serve the target market along one or two stage of the net growth cycle, or you can focus on the improved outcome of the kalau untuk tahun 2017 ni dia fokus kepada pelarian. Sebab tu dia ada perkataan refugees. Okay, so dia punya fokus adalah what is the business related to pelarian tu tadi. Kalau this year is focus on food for good. Jadi you have to align your topic, your issue dengan team ataupun tema ataupun fokus kepada Hultprize tadi. Yang kedua adalah impact center, macam yang saya cakap di awal tadi. Alright, impact kepada business you tu, sama ada you have a significant impact on the outcome dia ataupun broader social objective you. Adakah you product or services yang you offer tu kalau dari kita sebut environmental, adakah dia enough eco-friendly, for example. So ada impact ataupun kesan kepada individu ataupun a group ataupun perspektif yang you nak nampakkan dia punya the impact from your business. Number 3, feasible and market driven. Okay, benda ni benda yang paling penting, sama ada you ni completely feasible concept with credible from team and partners. Maksudnya bila you propose something or you punya business tu technically value plan and pathway to market adoption. Maksudnya bila you buat business tu, your product tu mestilah marketable. Maksudnya orang nak beli dan you punya business atau produk tu orang nak guna. Dan dia boleh jadi visible kepada semua orang. Kalau you buat produk just for the sake of your village saja, it's not market driven yet. Okay? So that's why you kena tengok produk ataupun business yang you nak propose tu, impact dia tu kepada a large scale of people. Kalau you nak cakap pasal pelarian, how many pelarians dekat Malaysia? Kalau you nak cakap pasal penganggur, how many penganggur di Malaysia? So this project tu tadi akan impact kepada how many percentage of the penganggur, and you punya produk tu must be marketable. Either from Malaysian punya perspektif ataupun globally. Dan yang terakhir adalah disruptive. Macam yang CEO tu cakap tadi, you punya business tu mesti something yang new, innovative and disruptive ataupun revolutionary, visionary. Okay, something yang orang dia yes, it is think outside the box, tapi it's still measurable. Benda yang kita boleh buat dan benda yang kita boleh market dan benda yang boleh diguna pakai for the long term period dia. Okay, so something that can can change not just the world but at least from the scope of you punya topik ataupun you punya issue tadi. Okay, so ini antaralah scoreboard yang saya sempat boleh sharekan dengan you, and I hope that bila you nak buat untuk you punya video presentation ke you punya topik nanti, make sure that you get dia punya content ni dulu supaya you boleh align. Then bila judge nak tengok nak evaluate you punya presentation tu, dia ada elemen and you meet all the requirement. Okay, so last kali ni maybe saya akan share dengan you next is a video berkenaan dengan yang Rutopia tadi. Jadi kalau you tengok, saya nak you tengok video ni next. Dan video ni juga you kena tengok dari sudut skill dan dia punya content business yang dia propose tu. Right? Next. Okay, ini yang 2019 you tengok dia punya video dia.
3 years ago, we were walking beneath Mexico's tropical rainforest. We had been working with an indigenous village so they could become tour providers in their own hometown and not have to abandon their land to make a living. That day, we realized that what we were doing had the potential to change the lives of millions. Karen, the local guide, and a dear friend of ours came to us and said, Tushkapim, a Mayan language phrase, which means, where are we heading today?
38 million travelers visit Mexico each year looking for authentic experiences that could be provided by 5.4 million young indigenous Mexicans. However, most of the travelers end up in a place like this, a tourist trap. And the young indigenous Mexicans end up doing jobs like this. So what's the problem here?
Well, indigenous villages from Mexico and around the world usually have everything they need to offer amazing tourism experiences. They have the nature, the culture, the local talents, and even the lodging. Thousands of them have already received funding and training from governments and NGOs to start ecotourism projects. But this is not enough. They also need to sell. And to do this, they need easy bookings and payments, efficient customer service, and be resilient to late and just-in-time payments. The problem is that they do not have access to it, and this is the reason they fail. This represents a $45 billion market opportunity in one of the fastest growing industries in the world. We believe it is fair, and it is time they have access to this opportunity. And that is why we created
Rutopia! Now, Rutopia is a social business that empowers these indigenous youth to design and sell trips online, while making it easy for travelers to find and live these amazing and wild experiences. So, in other words, we're turning unemployed youth into successful touristic entrepreneurs in their own villages. How? Well, first we create small touristic businesses of 12 youth in these villages. We name these Ruta Hubs. Then, using our trip design methodology, in 1 week, these Ruta Hubs are ready to deliver amazing travel experiences. Experiences that are unique, safe, and all-inclusive. Once a Ruta Hub is set, we take charge of selling their touristic offerings. Now, selling through multiple channels like Expedia and TripAdvisor is key for success, but it is not easy for them. They must be able to pay reservation software, to hire sales personnel, and to offer payment facilities. The fixed cost of providing this is too high, making it nearly impossible for small touristic projects to pay. But not anymore. Fruitopia covers this for them by becoming their commercial engine. We do this by using our channel management software. And as we grow, economies of scale allow us to manage thousands of bookings across several platforms at very low cost. So Ruta Hubs can start receiving travelers using nothing more than just their phone, paying for these services only with each trip sold. We charge a 20% markup over every trip that we sell. Each Ruta Hub, receiving just 20 travelers per month, generates a monthly recurring revenue of $1,000 for Rutopia and $3,000 for its community.
Today, we have replicated our model in 12 communities that have received more than 300 travelers, reaching an almost perfect 5-star rating and generating employment for 140 young guys. During the Hultprize Accelerator, we sold $35,000 in trips. Utopia's model is ready to scale. We reach new communities through NGOs and governments. We're partnering with 2 Mexican ministries to activate 252 Ruta hubs by 2020. With a small investment, we can replicate our model in different regions and use the power of network effects to guarantee quality. So by 2022, we will have created 800 Ruta hubs, 10,000 jobs for the youth, and a yearly revenue of $10 million.
Now we realize that to reach these goals, we would have to partner up with the global leaders in experiential travel. And that's why we are happy to announce our official alliance with Airbnb to launch together Airbnb Village Adventures. It is a joint effort to allow indigenous villages in Latin America to reach travelers from all around the world. We're going to make it as easy to book a 2-day experience in a Mayan village in the middle of the jungle as it is today to book a tour here in New York. And this disruptive change is going to turn thousands of unemployed youth into tourism entrepreneurs that do not only get a job, but become job creators. And then they start feeling proud of the culture and the nature they own, and therefore they protect. We see it happen every day in the communities we work with, and it is the reason why we're here standing today asking for investment. Because the question today is not if this kind of travel is possible or not, because the market need is there, the communities are ready, and we are a team with the skills and the method to turn this opportunity into a huge social business. So the question today really is, who can be celebrating today? Thank you.
Great, great job. But this is good.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. That was incredible. So let's say you are really successful, and you get all the tourists that are going to Cancun, the millions of amazing sanctuaries. So there will be a kind of diversification of tourism. So how do you reconcile this with preservation of environment, fiscal reconciliation?
Thank you for that question. Can I get slide 42, please? Yes. So, as an environmental engineer, I am very concerned about this as well. They are all to be regenerative because it is important to note that in most communities in Mexico and in Latin America, they're under construction. So in my case, of farmer production, and we're keeping this opportunity to develop not only in a sustainable way because they're making an impact, they're prepared
Okay.
for their life.
Okay. Now you can see that video, right? Okay. All right. This is where the Rutopia presentation just now. Okay, one of the winners for 2019, which proposed their business model. Okay, I think the last 3 minutes, 4 minutes is more on Q&A session. So what I would like to share here or to advise you for your presentation or video punya recording for this competition is first is to make sure that you have your character. That as I mentioned just now, okay, you have 4 members in your group, in a group. So make sure that each of the group members you have your own strengths and you have your own character. Okay. This evening, okay, next session ni nanti kita akan further reflect balik on this video on what is the contents, what are the skill that you have to include in your video so that you can fight with the other competitors, or in fact you can go, or you can transform yourself to become a good presenter. All right. So because we don't have much time, so next slide. I want to conclude the session. Okay. Next. No matter how big or how potential your business, you have to remember that you as well, you are the leading generations to change the world. So make sure that your proposed topic or business model must be measurable, must be understandable, and you know what is exactly the issue or the problem that you would like to highlight and to solve. Okay. Therefore, any change or any issue that would like to transform into a new things, make sure that you have the significance or the evidence to support each of the issue or the problems. Okay. So before you prepare the video, make sure you have the ideas. Okay. Then the idea must come from the objective of the competition itself. Study on the previous punya topic, the winners, how they get into the investor punya attentions and everything. Okay. Put your presentation approach into a different skill, different elements. Okay. Where you have to be a very professional. Kalau you nak bercakap tentang pakaian, for example, I think you already a matured students anymore. Kalau you tengok in term of the presentation, Western punya presentation, they are not focused on wearing a blazer, tie, for example. But most likely they are formal attire. Okay, according to your business. That's why the most important thing is to get yourself professional first. How to be a professional? Yes, definitely based on your attire, based on how you speak, based on how you behave. Okay, kalau you nak put yourself as a professional presenter, but your words, your voice doesn't uh, tune to the professional punya perspective, people still look into your weaknesses. Okay? Therefore, it is important for you to make practice make perfect. Ask comments, ask opinion from the other people to improve your presentation, to improve your word, as well as to improve your video punya presentation. Okay. Last but not least, next slide. Okay, I also share a few link ni, video link ni for you to watch, for you to study and to look into another perspective juga. Maybe this is from my perspective, my sharing punya understands of the context of Hultprize ni. Then this is another link untuk you study before you start you punya presentation or the ideas as well. Right, next. Okay, I think I leave you with a simple word, simple quotation, which I believe that patience and silence are two powerful energy. Kesabaran, silence, berdiam diri ni adalah satu kekuatan yang paling utama. Okay, patience makes you mentally strong. Okay, kesabaran buatkan you lebih strong, lebih kuat. And mendiam diri akan membuatkan you emotional you lebih kuat. Okay, jadi untuk you bekerja in team, you need these two powerful energy. Okay, or else people can see the weaknesses of your team members. In fact, you cannot propose a high level of business model which you can go far in this competition. Right? Saya minta maaf hujung rambut sampai hujung kaki for all the weaknesses. Yang baik tu datang daripada Allah, yang kurang tu datang daripada kelemahan diri saya sendiri. Hopefully that everything that I share with you can benefits to you, can be make use all the tips, the notes that I share with you today. And next session ni, we will go discuss on how to make your presentation more interesting and what are the do and the don'ts in your presentation. With that, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Back to the moderator.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for the great tips shared with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we will going to the tech break, but stay tuned and don't forget to catch us on Instagram at mppumk_rasmi. Hopefully, the sharing will be beneficial for everyone. I'm looking forward to meet you guys again in the next session at 2:35 p.m. See you guys soon. Thank you for attention. Stay safe and stay at home. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.